Yo, 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 what is up, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today for Eagles training camp day 11. We have been through our first preseason game. We might finally have some answers to this roster. Still some things that are kind of questioned in the air right now. We will have the Vic Fangio press conference at 9:40, and then we'll have practice at 10. And then, yeah, we'll be doing our thing today. So, hope everyone's having a good day. I thought the preseason game was an interesting one in a lot of ways since what we saw from there. I think the one thing I think that really made the big difference in that preseason game is Tanner McKee playing for like 2.5 quarters. I mean, I wonder if Jalen Hurts had a lot. My fucking voice is. Um, I wonder if Jalen Hurts had a lot to do with Tanner McKee playing in this game for as long as he did. Because honestly, if we had Tanner McKee for at least a quarter, we wouldn't have got half the production we would have got for half of these guys. I mean, realistically, you put Tanner McKee in for, I mean, look, if we had to sit through Kyle McCord and DTR for 3 fucking quarters, that probably wouldn't have been good. You know? Probably wouldn't have been a good thing. I don't know whose idea it was to keep Tanner McKee for that long in that game, but I have to thank him entirely for that. And obviously, Darius Cooper is going to be a talk of the town. And Johnny Wilson did things I didn't think he was going to do. And Anais Smith with a 45, 46-yard punt return and with a 6-yard touchdown. I mean, the receivers that really weren't doing well in camp. And I think part of that, too, is when you're facing your own players in camp, sometimes, players know each other's play pretty well. And then when you get into a game, you can really showcase things. Tanner McKee, I mean, just threw some excellent fucking passes. Excellent passes. You know what I mean? I think Ty Robinson had a really good game. A few pressures, almost 2 sacks. He had a sack in the game. I thought he played really good. And I got to say, Ty Robinson's got a fucking motor on him. That guy could play an entire game and not be tired because they kept him in there. They tested him. And I thought he did pretty good for his first game. So our big decision here is I think we need to get through another week because we have joint practices next week. 2 days of joint practice against the Browns. You have the preseason game next week. So now you're in a pickle now at corner because I'm done. I'm pretty much done with Ringo. He's a straight line speed gunner on special teams, and that's it. He's got no transition with his hips, no athletic ability. It's just not there. And Adoree Jackson, nah. Why waste our time? So, Jacorian Bennett has got to come back. Okay? Jacorian Bennett hopefully practicing today. And he's like pretty much, he's a guy that really needs to work out. And if he doesn't, then I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. Free agency, anybody that's out there. Asante Samuel Jr. So we'll have to look out for him. Okay. Makuba is coming. It should be at a full practice today. I don't see why not. He did team activities 3 days ago before the Eagles went to walkthrough and then had this preseason game. I thought he was actually playing on Thursday. I thought we were going to get surprised because he was in warm-ups. So it comes down to Andrew Makuba. And if Andrew Makuba gets hurt again or doesn't, or just looks like he's not catching on, they might have to go get Justin Simmons. There's nothing else you could do here. You're not moving Cooper to safety. You're not moving Cooper to outside corner. Like, it's not going to work. It's going to create an even bigger weakness inside. And I think since nobody on the inside, and look, I had a fight with some Eagle fans on the stream. Not like a fight, but maybe a disagreement on, Eli Ricks played good. He played all right, but I don't think he's consistent. I think Eli Ricks played some lesser talent by the end of his reps. You know what I mean? Not saying he didn't do a good job because I think he played the best out of everybody, but I don't think he's in he's in, in the lead for this outside corner job. There's no way. There's no way. Nickerson was another one that did okay. Got beat on a play and then got someone on the next play. You know what I mean? So I like P. Nickerson's fight back in that game. So there's a lot to really there's a lot to unpack after this preseason game. It's really not. It's kind of self-explanatory. I don't think it's confusing. I think it's kind of straight ahead what we really have been seeing. So, all right, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. KGK, what's going on, buddy? Big Lou, what's going on, bud? Jimbo, John Carter, Rock the Artist, what's going on? Eagles Atlantis said, what up, Shakes? Great weather out here for practice. Yeah, the next 4 days of practice is going to be like fucking 90-degree weather, by the way. It's like 80-something degrees today. I don't know, maybe it's 70-something today right now. But the next 4 days of practice are going to be in the 90s, early 90s. Centric Talk said, Joey, hope all is well. I gave you a shout at my Eagles video. I appreciate Oh, damn. Well, if you got a video, subscribe to Eccentric Talks, man. Subscribe to his channel. Put your link in the chat if you want to give the link out, brother. I'll make sure to subscribe to it. Joe, so exactly, they're trying to see what we have in the skill guys. James says, Joey, we need to get Simmons and Samuel, Ringo, and Jackson suck. Yeah. Not good. We got Little G Griffith. We got Elliot Petoskey. What's going on, buddy? Zach says, no football for IQ for Ringo, but a gunner, and that's okay. Lucas says, what up, Joey? Who are some players that impressed you outside of the main guys? I thought Sidney Brown and Andre Sam played good. Sidney was excellent in coverage, just reckless tackling. I didn't think he played bad. Like for a first game, I didn't think Sidney Brown played god-awful at all. That play for Ringo was a big one. The play where they threw that to Jamar Chase or whoever they threw to on the flat. And that's when Sidney Brown came in and recognized the screen, got a hit, actually, on the receiver getting the screen. And Ringo, all he had to do was really finish the play because it really slowed that wide receiver down, that screen pass. But, man, it was ugly. It was ugly as ugly can imagine on that play. Rock said, if Howie don't like what season preseason, he's going to sign someone cornerback and safety. I mean, look, cornerback, the only people that are available, unless you're giving up a lot of draft capital for somebody. The Eagles have draft capital. They can do whatever they want. They have the draft compensation to do whatever they want. But this is you can't go into a season with an empty hole like this or just say, you know what, let's just give, a mass amount of safety help. Get into another situation where these corners are going to get burned off the fucking line. Ringo is just a straight line speed fucking gunner on special teams. That's it. He's got no speed in any other direction with his body. If he moves diagonal, he moves sideways, he moves backwards. The man moves like fucking maple syrup. Okay? And maple syrup is pretty damn slow. Good for pancakes, but bad on the football field. Okay? We all know this. Brett Bennett is a primary outside guy. He's played inside before, but not much. He's outside. And from hold on one second. Pat says Trash says Taron McKee is Jesus. He really is. Probably gonna be a lot of teams calling for his services, like the Saints or something like that. I know there was a lot of rumors on that. But he's got that gunslinger mentality, bro. I mean, just to see Taron McKee actually extend plays to the sideline and making throws, I mean, that's something that he couldn't even do last year. And he had a fucking cannon, bro. I mean, those passes to Johnny Wilson, money. To Darius Cooper, money. I thought Kylan Granson, the third tight end, had a pretty good second half. But holy shit, bro. Ours says, or crazy how loaded we are, but still weak in two really important spots. No, I know. I understand. Lowell Simmons said, I thought you said paper out syrup. I was like, damn, great analogy. No. Syrup on pancakes, brother. Texas Bennett, one of the top zone corners last year. He will fit perfectly. Yeah. And I felt like when even when Eli Ricks was playing the other day, man, it seems like when Eli Ricks plays press, he plays better. When he gets physical on the line with the receiver, he wins that matchup, seems like, all the time. I think that's the biggest weakness to Eli Ricks, that he can't play zone. Can't play zone at all. You know? But McKee continues the ball out and some team offers a second. I think it's almost kind of crazy. If there was a player, there's obviously players on this team that I would never fucking trade. I don't care. I don't care. You know? If it came down to McKee and the team offered a second round pick for him, it would almost be hard to really not take that. You know, you need a backup quarterback for the year. I'm just reminiscing on it. If a team actually offered, I mean, just depends on the team. I think, because if it's a team that's really bad, it's almost like you'll have that high pick in the second round. You know what I mean? We got 151 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Cover the Eagles every day. And make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button right now, because it helps out tremendously. Beyond. You don't know. It's good help. Also, what's going on? We might need a bigger safety hitter. Keep watching. Thanks to Joy Warm Weather. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we gotta look. Makuba's coming back. He'll be back. I'm hoping today he'll be more healthy. And he made a play a couple days ago. He was in team activities like a couple days ago, which is good. You know, but now we're down to Jacorian Bennett, and now we're down to fucking Makuba, like, to really win these spots. You know, and this week we're gonna get our answer. We will have our answer this week. You know, I don't know. Look, if Sidney Brown plays better, and the Eagles might say, you know what? I think, if Fangio feels like he's comfortable with him, then he sees something that we don't see. But I don't think he played horrible in that preseason game. I didn't think he played that bad at all. So I think we just give it a little bit of time. Miles Sanders is hurt right now. Do we do we keep Cooper, Wilson, and Smith? I would hope that probably they could keep all three of them. Yeah. I mean, realistically, like, I think they'll keep more than 5, right? It really depends on what they need at other positions. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I could see them holding up 5. 6, I'm not sure. 6, I'm not sure. They got to keep. I think they have to keep 5 DTs. They got to keep 5 DTs. With Adams competing with Ty Robinson for that 4th spot, and you have Byron Young that's still injured, that's on the roster right now. I forgot the date of roster cuts, buddy. I forgot. I honestly don't even know, to be honest. I wish I knew. I gotta look at the date again. Zach says Ricks plays best as a man corner press, can't keep up in zone. Yeah, I think that's his strong suit. Because I hope we keep corner. He a dog. You can't let him go. I'm so dead serious. Oh, I hope we get Cooper. We keep Cooper? No, Cooper. No, of course you're going to keep him. Darius Cooper, though, I mean... dude, it's not like it's a receiver that played in the second half that did well, and we're all like, woo, about it. Like, he fucking demolished, bro. If that's the Bengals' first-team defense, holy shit. I mean, that's really bad. Really fucking bad. You know? Yeah, so we don't know the injuries to Elijah Cooks. So Elijah Cooks was carted off. I think he was okay. And Sidney Brown ended up hitting somebody helmeted his fucking shoulder on that tackle when he tried to make that tackle. So Sidney Brown is here positive after being banged up Thursday night. That's good. I mean, thank God, right? Eagles A.J. Brown missed practice last week with a hamstring. His running sprints with the trainer observes before practice. Looks like progress. Okay. I'm not worried about A.J. Brown and Zach Baun being out. I'm not worried about those two guys being out at all. Oh, based after week 3 preseason. Yeah, Will Shipley had a good game too. Tyler Steen had a good game. Drew Kendall, the backup center, our 6th-round pick this year, I thought he did really well. Shipley looks good. AJ Dillon, bro. Oof, my God, it's gonna be fucking insane. AJ Dillon and Saquon Barkley, bro. Did you see like when he got tackled? I think maybe at like a 2-yard positive run and then carried guys with his physicality for another like 5 yards. You know, fucking nuts, dude. Nuts. Francis Caley might be benched another year. I mean, he's not starting, dude. He'll be on special teams. Like he's a great special teamer. Great special teamer. I don't put that against him at all, but it's not his fault, dude. You didn't re-sign anybody. You didn't try to retain anybody. You didn't try to trade for a number 2 corner, maybe another one that was floating out there, before free agency or at the beginning of it. I mean, you really didn't try. You literally just there you go. 4th-round pick in Keely Ringo. Let's put all the pressure on him to win the job, and let's go sign a veteran behind him and Adoree Jackson to really push him. Because realistically, I don't think the Eagles like Adoree Jackson. I don't think Fangio likes Adoree Jackson at all. I really don't. Like when if a defensive coordinator talks about a veteran saying he needs to prove himself because he hasn't got a second contract anywhere he goes, it's a problem. It's a complete fucking problem. Obey says, at least my opinion of offense exceeded expectations. Oh, I think offense exceeded expectations. I really do. I mean, even like I don't really take anything from a play calling standpoint with Vic when it comes to Kevin Patullo and a preseason game because you're really not scheming. You're giving guys looks. I thought he did a pretty good job. So even talking about the other running backs, I mean, Derek Powell was excellent. Keelan Robinson, I really liked. I like both of those guys. There are some shifty little backs back there. I like both of those guys. I wish we can keep all of them, but we can't. Derek Powell's becoming one of my little favorites of this camp. And after that game, I was like, oh, now I see. He ran through Reed Blankenship at camp. He running through, on the flat around the edge. I mean, he's got this explosiveness. He's got really good. He knows how to turn the corner. He turns the corner, really maintaining a lot of speed. He's got really good balance. Looked really good, honestly. It's looked really good. Twist says, Crowley, maybe Hurts can get better for spraying the rock around. I can't stand hearing he has trust. No. There's trust. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Goes to Logan. What up, bro? Sonny said, if Ringo wins the starting job, Pickens might go for 200. I mean, probably. The only positive thing about that Cowboys game is that I think Dak is going to have struggles with that offensive line. And he's going to have struggles because he has no running back that can take really the pressure off him. That's like the only thing that's probably going to save our ass. I didn't see much from Azeez Ojulari. He probably should have got a flag called on, not on him, but somebody was holding him. I think on the Jamar Chase touchdown that Burrow extended on that play. I saw that Josh Uche had a. I'm not putting too much on. I saw Josh Uche had a pressure, but I'm not putting too much on both of those guys. They had limited snaps too, so. Timothy says, Joey, have you heard anything about Elijah Cooks and Kenyon Green? Yeah, Kenyon Green, I think, has the wrist injury, but I'm not sure. So the Sidney Brown news, Sidney Brown looks fine. So that's good. Thank God. I'm happy that he's back. Bill says, Bennett, when healthy, would at least run with Chase. Oh, yeah, 100%. He would. He 100% would. Jason, I don't know why people ever thought he was a corner. People constantly expect players that couldn't do it in college to suddenly be good in the NFL. Well, it's not that Ringo couldn't do it. It's because we didn't see him enough at the position for us to really. I don't know. They must have felt pretty good about him. I don't know. AJ Brown said great things about him last year's fucking offseason. Said some really good things about him. So I thought maybe there was some promise there, but you got to try. As long as you try, I don't want to just not let Ringo compete, and then we would never know what would happen. So at least they have an answer there. You know what I mean? All right, so we should have the Vic Fangio press conference really soon. Probably, I heard Mitchell might travel. So, well, he's going to travel. He's going to travel regardless. Even if Bennett does well, he's still going to travel. I mean, regardless. I mean, we'll see how they treat it, but most likely, yeah, he will be traveling with the number 1 receiver. I don't think the joint practices today, no. Not that I know. I would have heard, no, because I don't see anything about the Browns being here. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. The Browns, there would have been videos on the Browns being there. Good said, just like everything you get better, the more you do. Ringo needs all the reps of next Yeah, I mean, look, throw him in the fire again. But Ja'Cory Bennett, like, don't even waste your time on Adoree Jackson. Even in that first game, I was like, yo, take Adoree. I want Ringo the entire time. Put in another corner. Like, Adoree Jackson is wasting my fucking time right now. He's just wasting my time. Dave said Ringo is only fast and strong. That's it. Like I said, this is why you can't go by analytics when you get guys. Analytics aren't everything. They're not. They're not everything, unfortunately. Guy's got a 40 time means nothing. Do we get excited about it? Sure. But is a 40 time everything? No, because it's straight line speed. And it seems like he has straight line speed, and that's really it. I didn't watch it. I watched, I think, a couple clips. I gotta go see it. MHR exposed Ringo in college. Crowley said Ethan, not if the players don't want to listen. What's going on, Bill? So I feel like there was a lot of positives with very few negatives, and that's good from that first preseason game. You got a lot out of your quarterback. I mean, Miles Hinton at tackle, I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I mean, I thought he was primarily better at right tackle, but why are they putting him at left tackle? Because if they're putting him at left tackle, he couldn't even, like, hold up a block. I feel like they're switching positions on him, and they're testing him at left tackle, and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. We'll see, but I wasn't a fan of Miles Hinton the other day either. Zach said Ringo would be terrible at safety. Bad play recognition, can't move. No, I mean, regardless, even if you put him at safety, do you think he's going to make a tackle in open space where he has to use his athletic ability? You can't make a tackle in open space, bro. I mean, on kickoff, he could do it when he's running at full speed, but at safety, I don't know. David said he's stiff as a board between Ringo, Jackson, and Rick. Sadly, Rick's is the best of the three. I mean, he showed a lot more during that game the other day. He showed a lot the other day. Hinton was horrible. Cameron fit better. Yeah, I thought Cameron struggled as well, too, but he played probably better. I think they moved Miles Hinton out of position the other day. I know he plays both tackle spots, but I don't think he plays much left tackle because he got beat the whole entire I mean, there was not one time he actually kept the block. I mean, maybe he did, but New 10 said Ringo's problem isn't a lack of his analytics, it's a lack of instincts and technique. I mean, yeah, potentially, but I just don't think he's that good, bro. I don't think it's instinct. I don't think he's not trying. I just think he's just not built for it, dude. Unfortunately. I don't think he's built for it. We got Webfoot, first super chat of the day. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, can we talk about how deep we are, quarterback, running back, and wide receiver? Wow, we have some gems. And Dylan is going to be a monster. Yeah, look, Tanner McKee had from last year to this year. Wow. I mean, I was fucking shocked how great he was. I love the running backs. No Saquon Barkley in that preseason game. I liked A.J. Dillon. Shunderic Powell. I mean, I want to see that Montreal Johnson from Florida. I really want him to play next week. But Shunderic Powell's becoming one of my favorites. I know he won't make the roster, maybe practice squad, but I do like them. And receiver, yeah, I mean, it sucks that Elijah Cooks got hurt in the game on a special teams play. But Darius Cooper, bro, I think didn't Darius Cooper have like the most yards as a receiver in his own conference? It's a smaller conference. last year. Remember that catch he made and then he spun the opposite way? I mean, holy shit, dude. I was like, it's not like one of those receivers you see in the second half that's balling against like nobodies. Like, he's balling. I mean, phew, man. Concentration, can catch in traffic, like, damn. Like, you might find your wide receiver. You might have your wide receiver 3 for next year. You might not have to pay. Like I said, you're not paying Jahan Dotson, but you might not have to pay anybody else. I mean, seriously. Yeah, he's in the FBS conference, right? Okay, I want to make sure. I didn't want to say the wrong conference, so I appreciate Timothy. He was fucking amazing, bro. That guy was oof. And then Johnny Wilson. Every high point in the ball. It's crazy. So here we go. Vic Fangio said Jihad Campbell was scheduled to start, but a few days before trainers recommended to reduce his steps, so Small Munden started. Okay, that's fine. I think Small Munden struggled a little bit too. He got sucked up in some blocks, couldn't get off those blocks. He missed a couple tackles, but I thought he got more solid as the game went on. But good practice for Small Munden, though. You know, Vic Fangio says the preseason game was a great learning experience for Adoree Jackson, Keely Ringo. I think it's great that happened. We'll see if they can grow from that. Yeah, no. That's just bad news all around. That's just a bad quote all around. He pretty much said the two guys got their ass kicked. Let's see what they do next week. I mean, that pretty much in layman terms, that's what he said. That's what he said. You know? DC Vic Fangio asked what new cornerback Ja'Cory Bennett can possibly compete for starting job. We'll find out here soon. We'll throw him into the action, see what he's got. Agreed. Agreed, bro.
Gonna find out here soon. Just throw him into the action and see what he's got.
That's all you gotta do. See what he's got. See here. All right, see Vic Fangio, Keely Adoree Jackson. Great learning experience. Yeah. I can't imagine what he looked like in that booth that fucking night. Fangio was probably stressing up there at the booth. They call it Tebow effect, being bigger and or faster gets you by in college, but not in the NFL. Shit. If Jihad Campbell was only supposed to play a limited amount of snaps, that's fine. I mean, I thought he played pretty good. Every time somebody was in the vicinity of his area, he was always involved in every single tackle. I thought he did really well. I thought he did really good. I'm not even kidding. Every time he was involved, anyone that was just in the vicinity in his area, he was just always making tackles left and right. He dropped a pick that, I know he wants that back, I don't know if he came in after that pick. Did he come back in after that? I forgot when they took him out. I gotta rewatch it. Bennett's not stiff at all. No. Bennett runs a 4.3, but he's got really good transition with his body. Yes. Ringo can't turn sideways. He can't run sideways. He can't run backwards. I mean, just his reaction time just looked. I mean, even on the screen pass on the flat where he got burned, with the foot in front of him, got burned. That's what I'm saying. Everybody at practice, like a lot of people from this, not everyone from this chat. But I remember when A.J. Brown was beating Keely Ringo at practice. Well, A.J. Brown, not a lot of guys could beat him. Not a lot of corners can cover him. Right. But during the regular season, are you going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I mean, George Pickens, he could do that on anybody. Are we just going to be like that during the regular season? For a fucking fact you ain't being like that during the season. That's not happening. It's not happening. With Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, do you trust one of those two and Ringo and Adoree Jackson to cover one of those guys? Probably not. Probably not. All I wanted were answers, and I think I got them. it's not one of those things. Honestly, it's not one of those things where, it's not one of those things where, oh, let's just give it another week. I think you always want to give them more opportunities. I think Ringo and Adoree Jackson will have more opportunities, but they didn't do one thing good in that game. I think Adoree Jackson had an open field tackle between the first down marker. I forgot who it was on. Number 15, I forgot his name. That was the only thing I saw good for both of those guys. Like, they literally gave up, what did Adoree gave up, what, 4 out of 5? It was 4 out of 5. I think, like, I forgot how many yards it was, but it was like over 130 passer rating. I mean, ridiculous, dude. I mean, that's you're going to have to deal with every fucking game, unfortunately. You know? So, Fangio on Sidney Brown says he thought he did fine and has some good stuff in his game, but they have to polish him up and get him to see things a little quicker. Okay. It's not bad. I mean, that's really not bad news. Not bad news at all. Good. Let's see. Can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. Look, Sidney Brown, I mean, look, that's actually positive news more than negative news for Sidney Brown. So Vic Fangio praised Gabe Hall hit this camp. He's a poster child for what the practice squad is supposed to be. Oh. Interesting. I think Gabe Hall made a few good tackles in the game yesterday. So, I mean, I don't know if Ty Robinson has like already gotten the job at the number 4 DT spot next to Moro Jomo, but I guarantee you that he probably will get it. He probably will get it. I got Gabe Hall they like, and I think that's why they really felt comfortable getting rid of Thomas Booker. And I know they like Byron Young a lot too. I know they like him. I know they like him as well. You know? Yeah. So, good shit, man. You give guys time on practice squad, they get their opportunities at these camps, and sometimes they just show out. They just really show out. And it could happen, and I think it did. It has happened with Gabe. I totally forgot about Gabe Hall like a couple of days ago with some of these DTs, DTs in depth. Hold on, I'm just putting my stream on my phone quick. We're good. I don't want to mess anything up. We got Tucky Neutron with the super chat, man. Thank you so much. Says super chat because McKee cashed me out Thursday. 2 touchdowns. McManning. DTs look good. I'm scared to death of our secondary, though. Keep up the good work, bro. I appreciate it, Tucky, so much, man. Much love. Appreciate that super chat. No, I mean, I honestly some of these passes, like these passes were, he may have had like one bad throw, maybe 2. He had one where I think he threw one bad pass. He almost got picked off. But I mean, some of these, especially the Darius Cooper to Johnny Wilson, I mean, the ball placement, especially in the air, perfectly. Powerful throws. You could feel that ball just perfect pass right into the hands, quick. He made the fucking Bengals defense. I mean, the first team defense for the Bengals. I mean, I know they got no Trey Hendrickson, but fucking Jesus. I mean, you're putting up 30-something points in preseason. I mean, you don't even have close to your starters in these games right now. McManning, calm down. Well, hey, you know what? It was exciting. Let people be excited about it. It was exciting. If Tucky was excited about it, let him be excited about it. You know what I mean? It's nice to see a backup quarterback actually do really well. Especially a guy that has always been the number 3 or the number 4 that realistically never played against better talent in these preseason games. We always said, man, I wish McKee could play in the first half of games because I want to see him against better talent. And finally, we got to see that. I wonder who had the saying realistically on McKee playing for that long. You know what I mean? I think Fangio and anyone who stood out so far in camp preseason, a lot of guys have had their moments, good and not so good. But I don't think they're yet to say stood out. We need some guys to surface behind the first couple. I think some are making good strides. Okay. So realistically, he thinks it's too fucking early, which I think it is. I don't think you base everything off of one preseason game, but I think you put yourself in a good direction to see what you kind of. There were some things that were kind of finalized in my brain from that first preseason game. I think we can all agree on that, right? I think we can all agree on that. So Vic Fangio says, contrary to popular belief, practice is important, and it is. It is. The practices should be the practices always should be tougher. Practices should be always harder than when being in a game. Really. Dave said the Bengal Stars are like most teams' second team. That's crazy shit, dude. How did Jade Daniels play yesterday, by the way? I didn't even watch. I haven't really watched any other team, to be honest with you. Nate said, I do like Sidney Brown in his physicality, but no doubt does he needs to settle down a bit if he wants to be good. Plays like a loose cannon. That's true. That's true. But I mean, you know what? If Fangio's like, seen some good things, but just needs to be more. Just it's realistically like Sidney Brown needs just to be polished up just a little bit more. I mean, that's good. So either we're gonna have a starter or we're gonna have a fucking backup. You know what I mean? So I feel pretty good. I actually feel pretty damn good about that, to be honest with you. You know. Yeah. Because I actually know Orlando Brown personally. He said Jamar told Burrow to switch the route on that touchdown, Ringo, that was playing too far off. Oh, no shit, really? Damn. So that might be it with the press conference, maybe. Fangio on Keely Ringo giving up a touchdown to Jamar Chase. That he wasn't mad at him for giving up the catch, but he was upset at him for not making the tackle. Yeah. I think we were all upset of him not making. I mean, he's a hand length away from tackling him. And Jamar just makes one little move. And it seems like Ringo just overstepped, man. He's flat-footed, straight line speed. He's a flat-foot, straight line speed corner. Just sucks, dude. It's unfortunate. But that's where we're at with Keely Ringo. Vic Fangio said he's looking for someone to surface and earn a roster spot among the backup edges on the roster. Yeah, I didn't really see that the other day. Edgewise, who really panned out? I mean, the only one, Patrick Johnson. I don't think Patrick Johnson's making the roster. So, but, facing the lesser talent in the second half, Patrick Johnson had the sack, then he had the fucking pick on the screen pass. That was it. I didn't see Ozizo Jalari do much, Joshua Uche do much. Calix Hunt didn't play, and Nolan Smith didn't play. So I really didn't see much from those other guys. I saw more from DT than anybody else on the defensive line. Not only did Gabe Hall make plays, that Sykes kid that we got from the UFL, he made a tackle the other day. Big Fangio on touchdown. Keeler give it to the Bengals. Fangio says Ringo has to make the tackle, but he'll learn from it. I hope so, bro. I really hope so. I hope. Well, we got 255 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. Thank you so much for being in here today. Practice should be starting in a few minutes. And yeah, we're gonna be ready to go. We're gonna be ready to go. Just a little bit. If you guys haven't joined the Discord for my channel, join up the Discord. We're trying to build it up, and we got over almost 300 people in there. Join the Discord. Best way to talk to me. I have it open on my computer pretty much every day as I on my second monitor, and put out updates and news behind the scenes and all that great stuff. So if you haven't joined the Discord, go join it up. Hit the like button too. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Miles' first preseason game doesn't mean they suck. Just give it time. You'll be surprised. No, I'm giving anything. I'm giving a lot of time, you know. Yeah, I think realistically, I was upset he didn't tackle Jabbar Chase on that pass to the flat. Honestly, like Sidney Brown did his job. Like Sidney Brown smelt that play from a mile away. He went in there, he hit Chase, slowed him down, and that's great. And then, yeah, Tanner, appreciate all the updates, bro. Quick, no gray shirt, shockingly. Jacorian Bennett right here. Jacorian Bennett on the field, ready to go. Ready to go. Hey, Zach Bond is back today. How about that? Zach Bond is back at practice. How about that shit? That's awesome. Awesome. That's great. I want to hear is that Bennett looked locked dude up. All I want to hear. That's it. This second preseason going to tell you everything. It is. The joint practices are going to tell you a lot too. Like, I understand that there's probably a lot of people here that don't think the joint practices have a lot of value, but they do. The only thing you can't do in these joint practices, you can't hit the quarterbacks. You can't like go full. I'm not saying you can't go full 100%, but you can't be hitting quarterbacks or tripping guys up and doing things like that. But there is some value to certain positions when it comes to the joint practices. But that preseason game, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot on the line there. There's going to be a lot on the line there. You know? Crowley said Ringo might have a slow processing speed or some shit, or he's just slow in his brain. I have no idea. He's probably look. I don't blame it on Keeley, dude. Like if Howie Roseman did nothing to retain a guy like Isaiah Rodgers, and he just let this thing sit and was like, you know what? We'll let a 4th round pick in Keeley Ringo. Let's put all the pressure on him to win that job. I put it on. You know, I put it on the fucking front office, dude. It's just me. All right, so another update. Elijah Cook's no practice. I don't even know what happened. Like, what did he hurt? What's his injury? I mean, we'll find out today, but I heard it's not serious, which is good. It's just unfortunate right now because this is a really important week. And let me tell you, if you thought I thought look, Darius Cooper's had some good practices, but if you're gonna tell me that Darius Cooper was gonna go into this game and do what he did, and he looks so fucking good. Looks so damn good. Fletcher Cox with his girl. At practice. Oh, yeah, that's going to help. Her showing up is really going to fucking help for this team. Fucking distraction that's going to be. All right. Fletcher Cox is that practice. My neighbors are probably like, what the hell's going on over there? Probably, I don't know what to think, but yeah, those missed tackles were brutal. Tony says, Crowley typing to go, Rica. Okay, hold on. Michael says, no need for a cornerback and safety, not so much as edge. I'm not worried about the edge, dude. I'm really not. I'm really not worried about it, to be honest. I feel like it's one preseason game. Those veteran guys weren't in for a while, but, you know, they got some work in at least, but. Regent says trade for Newsome after the joint practice. Not sure what the answer is here. Very concerning. I think didn't the Browns corner get hurt recently? Like, I don't think Newsome's. I think that's been fan speculation, dude. I don't think Newsome's available for trade. I think that's just been fan speculation, honestly. I think there's nothing that circulates that. All right. I don't know what the injury is to Cook. Someone said a labrum injury or something, but I'm not really sure. But hey, you know what? I can't really. That it sucks that he can't practice this week because this is a very valuable week. And if fucking Coop and if Darius Cooper still plays the way he's playing, bro, it's gonna be. If Johnny Wilson keeps up and Denia Smith, I mean, fuck. I mean, from two guys I thought were going to do nothing and really nothing in this preseason. I mean, they did something. The shoulder injury for Cooks, okay. Elijah Cook's shoulder, Kenyon Green injury unknown. Well, it was a wrist injury. They said it was wrist. Well, he was holding his wrist. Who left Thursday's game early, aren't suited for today's Eagles practice, but they're out here watching. A positive sign their injuries aren't serious. Great. I mean, so you don't got any serious injuries. You got some guys that might miss some time, and that's pretty much about it. So I can't even complain about that, you know? Dave says keep all your assets. Sonny says Cox should have came back to play last year towards the end. He was still playing at a high level. Yeah. But, you know. Let's see. Zach Bond practicing. A.J. Brown is not. Elijah Cook's not. But good news, injury doesn't seem serious. Was carted off Thursday. Yeah. I mean, look, Elijah Cooks gets carted off the field on special teams. He's got his hand over his eyes like something bad happened. I mean, all you got to do is look at the player and see what his reaction is. I mean, being on a cart not only is bad, but putting your hand over your eyes like this and like looking like you're really upset, you know. Oh, Brandon Brooks is at practice too. Damn. Brandon Brooks is there. Fletcher Cox is there. Shit. Hey, welcome back, Brandon Brooks. Welcome back. This is an interesting take on Simmons. Tanner, huh? Is Justin Simmons still a free agent? There's a reason that he is still a free agent. I know for the past few seasons his name has come up a lot for the Eagles Twitter, but how come no other team has picked him up? Oh, well, he signed a 1-year deal last year. Like, he got a contract last year. Dude, these guys, it's not an interest. I don't think that's an interesting take. No Byron Young again today. I don't think it's an interesting take because these fucking veterans over 30 years old, they don't show up to training camp early in training camp. We've been through 10 days of training camp. Older veterans after 30 work out on their own and they wait for a phone call. That's the norm. I think that's normal, honestly. I don't think that's I don't think that's eye-opening. He's not going to join a team that's early in preseason because, these older vets, like, they can work out on their own and they'll join when they join, That's just how it's going. Ojolari looks slow, hoping he figures it out. I don't think he had many reps, dude. I don't think he had enough. You can't say that Joshua Uche, no edge rushers besides Patrick Johnson that played against the lesser talent in the second half. I just said it was a first game. I don't think they had enough reps, honestly. And at the end of the day, too, like your DTs, you don't have any DTs that are freeing up edge rushers. I mean, there's a lot that goes into the game. There's just a lot that goes into it. And your corners aren't playing good. How are you supposed to get a pass rush where your corners are giving up on the first step? You can't expect Uche and Azeez Ojolari to produce in a game like that when your corners are getting beat off the fucking line. You know what I mean? Now it's hand in hand, dude. The pass coverage to the pressure from the defensive line, it's hand in hand when it comes to all that. Brandon Brooks hugging Patrick McDowell. Tanner, some have speculated that Justin Simmons might be another Kevin Byard. No. I don't think Kevin Byard was a bad player. I think we had bad coaching behind it. I don't think we had good coaching that year behind it. The talent don't mean shit without coaching. We should know this. We should really know this. We have guys that we drafted in the first round. Nolan Smith, what do you do in 23? Absolutely nothing. I know he ended up getting hurt, but he didn't really do much of anything that year, you know? E-Money, what's going on, buddy? Michael says, but Graham was getting older, bearing injury. Smith and Hunt are about to flex on the NFL. I agree with that. I really do. If anybody is shitting on Jalix Hunt, just watch. Just fucking watch. Telling you. We got Azeez Ojulari beating Jordan Mailata. Joshua Uche has been the talk really by Lane Johnson at minicamp, and I think he's had a pretty good camp. I think he's gotten better at camp. I mean, he's a natural edge rusher. I mean, they should be deep at edge rusher this year. They got a lot of guys at between 24 to 26, 25 to 27 years old right now. 1-year deals, hungry, chip on their shoulder, and they're ready to work for their next big contract. You know, they're using the Eagles as a foundational place to play for the year to get that big contract for 26. And I think that's the truth, honestly. All right, Jacorian Bennett. Corian Bennett. There he is. Ready to go. Ready to go. Some of these numbers are absolutely insane. Like, obviously, when Darius Cooper gets the active roster, like, he's got to change that number. That shit is bad. Miles says Sweat was awesome in the Super Bowl, but other than that, he was mid. I don't think he was mid at all. I mean, a 4th-round pick out of Florida State. Josh Sweat should have been a 1st-round pick, and he had a big knee injury in college, and I think that's what stopped him from being a 1st-round pick. He would have been a 1st-round talent, to be honest. I don't know why he's mid. Yeah, Ojulari and Uche didn't do anything on Thursday. No. I don't think that's anything to panic about. What? No edge rushers did anything on fucking Thursday. I'm not even worried about it. Some positions you can worry about it after one preseason game. Some other games you really don't. They didn't play longer than barely. I don't even think they played a full first quarter. I could be wrong, but I don't think they did. You know? The jersey numbers don't really matter. Well, kind of, because they look some of them look horrible. I mean, obviously they're going to change them. If some of these guys make the active roster, they probably will change it. Corner 2 is the only real concern. I feel like that's the case for me as well. What's going on, Blaze? I feel like that's the case for me too. Zach Bond back in Shells practicing this Saturday. A.J. Brown still sideline staying alongside Nick Sirianni for the stretch. Okay. There we go. Gary Cobb out there. Let's see. Mike said last couple of seasons our edge rushers have started slow, then heat up. The season goes on. Like, I don't know what people are expecting from one preseason game. Certain positions we need to see, like edge rusher. I mean, the edge rushers did nothing. But what coverage did you have? What coverage did you have in that? No edge rusher is going to do well without good coverage. You don't have Quinyon DeJean in this defense. You're giving up big plays last year. Half these guys wouldn't have the seasons on the D-line of what they would have. You know what I mean? Webfoot said, try to join the Discord, but got some stupid confirmation game that didn't work. I'll try later. Oh, I don't know then. The link should work. It's the new link, so. Our edges didn't do anything for about 4 weeks last season. Adoree and Ringo got to give up a number. Mike, remember 22 when we started too slow sacks? It just went crazy last season. Was very similar. Yeah. It's probably gonna be the same way. The only issue I have right now is that beginning of the schedule is bad. The Eagles are gonna have to knock off a lot of rust, dude. Like a lot of rust. They're gonna have to figure it out. I mean, you got to play KC, you got to play Tampa, you got to play the Rams, you got to play Denver. That should be a lot better this year. You're facing 4 playoff teams from weeks 2 to fucking 5. You're facing 4 playoff teams. you know. But I think we're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be fine. I think it's coming down to two positions. I like running back. I like quarterback. Obviously, offensive line. I think we're fine. Tyler Steen looked really good in the game. I think our back. I think we have a good backup center. I think we're good at specific positions there. Um, Campbell was great. Yeah, I mean, I really haven't had an issue like those. Just really two positions. It's only because Makuba just hasn't been a full participant. Didn't have enough practices for them to feel comfortable to play in that game for Makuba. So we'll see. I said part of the reason why the pass rush got off to a slow start in 22 is because Gann was putting Reddick in coverage. Oh yeah, I think early in the season he was doing that a lot. Early in the season he was putting Reddick in coverage, and then it was really hurting the pass rush, and then they started putting him more on the line. So yeah, I think we would have had way more sacks if he was on the line early in the year. I forgot how many sacks we had in 22. What, 70? I forgot how many we had. I forgot what the record was, like 80, 80, 82, something like that. I forgot what the record was. Like the NFL record for most sacks of the season. Offense got to start fast this year to cover for defense. Lord says, yeah, the schedule is nuts, but I'd rather us not peak and go Super Saiyan too soon. That is what screwed Lions last year. Yeah, and the Lions ended up garnishing a lot of injuries too last year. Like, what, 16 and 19 players on IR, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We had 72 sacks last year. Okay. Second most behind the Bears. So we hit the record books. We hit the record books. So, but I'm saying now, like now we get to see like having some cornerbacks that have some versatility. They can move around a little bit, and you know we got to remember too. Terrace Marshall. I don't think did he play on Thursday. I probably not. I don't know if he did. He came back late. Butcher Cox also here. He didn't practice. I thought he warmed up. I mean, he must have warmed up. There's he warmed up he was in full pads last week for a day. Or this past week, I should say. But he's back now. Yeah, Antoine Powell Ryland Jr. Yeah, he did play. I don't think he did anything though. Unfortunately, I forgot what number he is. Isn't he like 50 something? That Ogbod kid, that 30-year-old edge rusher, he didn't do much of anything. So, like I said, it's we need to see some guys come out a little bit. Kansas historic pass rusher 20 sucks. They couldn't close the deal. The bad field was no. Yeah, that was. I'll never be over that Super Bowl because of that fucking. They wet the field 24 hours before the game. Why they did that, I don't know. I think you're supposed to do it like 48 hours. They did it like, I don't know, kind of weird. I don't know what number he is. I'm just guessing. Mike, the Hurts fluke fumble 6 was a killer in the Super Bowl. Crazy because we dominated Chiefs at 22 and let the game slip away. Yeah. Beat them earlier in the year. Atomic and Sue's at practice? What the fuck's all these people? Atomic and Sue, why is he even here? I mean, I don't think does he really care about this team that much, unless he's here for other reasons. I don't know. He just retired not too long ago. Remember, we got Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh that year. Oh, he is 52. Okay. He is 52. Joel Perez says the guy responsible for Super Bowl 57 field is a Chiefs fan, too. We got 284 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining up today. Hit the like button if you guys haven't. I really do appreciate it so much. And we should be getting into group really soon. Yeah, Shador says he has to up his game versus the Eagles this week after his impressive Browns preseason debut. Yeah, we'll see. We will friggin' see. Yeah, I don't think Hurts is the main reason for the 22 loss. I mean, the defense gave up the same. Didn't they give up 2 touchdowns on the same fucking play in red zone defense? They gave up that. It was that end around play that they did twice. Got beat. I think Maddox was supposed to cover on both of those. And then 2 easy scores. Apparently Shador did well from what I heard. You know. All right, Jacorian Bennett in action. See him turn those hips a little bit. Blaze says, how's your morning been, girl? I've been good, man. Been good. You know, I'm doing good. Same old stuff, different day. You know, it's same old stuff, different day. There's nothing different. It's life, you know. Aaron Jones said it was Gannon. The defense could not get stops. The field was bad. No sacks. Imagine if we had Vic in 22. Yeah, it was. I think that it was strictly on the defense that game. Yeah, more Jacorian Bennett. I don't know if this is the same video. It is. Okay. 60.9 completion percent. He was 14 for 23, 6 yards per attempt. Okay. Not a bad day. Mike said Chiefs also had a huge punt return late in the game. The Smitty catch called, no catch before half. There was well, yeah, I mean the punt was fucking horrible, dude. The punt was bad. They got the return because he literally punted that ball middle of the field. Completely middle of the field. There we go. We got Keely Ringo, Cooper DeJean, and Reed Blankenship. Nice. 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 Lorvon, Chris Jones said Hurts had a greatest performance he ever seen by a quarterback. Yeah, I don't doubt it. But we're in a new year now. New year, we're coming off a Super Bowl. I don't believe in Super Bowl. I mean, I believe in Super Bowl hangovers, but with this team, I don't believe that's going to be the case. As long as Hurts is leading these guys, that's all that matters. I don't think we're going to have an issue. You know, we have a consistent defensive coordinator that's now here for a second year under a lot of these players, which is great. King DV says these beat writers have to be better today. They really do, bro. Like, I think they really do. I haven't been happy with them through a week and a half of practice. I mean, I don't think I've seen video on the defensive line. I don't think I've seen one video on the defensive line. Not one. Not even them hitting the fucking sled, hitting the bags, hitting each other. There has been no video on. Anthony DeBona is like my favorite guy. Anthony DeBona is like my favorite dude that goes to these practices. He does a really good job. I don't know why his tweets aren't popping up because I do follow him and I do have notifications on for him, so I don't know why his things aren't popping up. All right, here's the injury report. Officially out, okay? Okay, will not practice. You have A.J. Brown with the hamstring. Elijah Cooks with the shoulder. Okay, so Elijah Cooks, not serious, good. Kenyon Green, shoulder. Okay, not serious, that's good. Kari Huglet, that's the backup long snapper with the neck injury. I don't know how you get hurt there. Montrell Johnson still out with the hamstring. Cam Latu with the knee. Byron Young with the groin. Byron Young is, I think, the last couple practices he's been out. Limited Zach Bond with a back. Land Dickerson with a knee. Terrace Marshall with a knee. So Terrace Marshall, Zach Bond, they're back at a certain capacity, which is good. Andrew Makuba is off. Is officially off the injury report. Great. That's fucking excellent. PDV says, okay, Makuba is off the injury report. Yes. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I am ready. Good shit. The Bullard Jason, the slow updates are insane this year. They are extremely secretive. Yeah. Well, you know what? I know they can't record team. Like, I get it. They can't record certain things. There's probably rules given to them that they can't record specific things. Now, it's weird how they haven't recorded the defensive line at all doing some of their stuff. Like I said, why? I'm not really sure. You know? Oh, there's Carmichael, too. Nice. Harold Carmichael, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Brooks, Dominican Sue. Quite an audience today. Sidney Brown is good to go. Yeah. Sidney Brown's fine. Not serious. So none of these injuries we had with Elijah Cooks, Kenyon Green, Sidney Brown, none of them are serious. Mike says, Makuba Barracuda. Good name. That's a good name. And by the way, guys, we will have the Philly Shakedown podcast tonight to talk about everything that's happened this week and the game from Thursday and all that great stuff. So we will have everything for you tonight. It will be a busy day. Terrace Marshall saw Darius Cooper and Johnny Wilson play and said, oh, shit, I better get my ass out there. Yeah. Well, that's good, dude. I'm glad he's back. This would be a perfect week for Terrace Marshall to really make some noise and kind of complicate the wide receiver spot. Because if they're keeping three receivers, you already have your three. If Terrace Marshall doesn't do much of anything, I think Cooper could end up being the number 3 receiver next year. I really do. They might not have to spend a lot of money at that position next year, which is good, or trade for somebody. So really not bad. We got 290 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. We have videos every day, streams. Pretty much been streaming every day at camp as well, and we stream the games as well too. Definitely subscribe and hit the like button. Hit that like button right now. Appreciate it so much. Try to get like 200 likes if we can. Appreciate it. And make sure to join the Discord as well. This is the official Discord for the channel. Have a lot of people there, so definitely go check it out. Nothing on Bennett yet. We're just starting practice now, so. But he's out there, though. So Makuba's a full practice. That's like grade A news. I don't think what Vic Fangio even said about Sidney Brown was really bad. He's just got to be polished up a little bit more. Yeah, I can't complain about it. Big loser, I thought for sure Elijah was done for the season from now. Yeah, he got carted off. And he had his hand over his face. I mean, I thought he was done. I mean, when you see that, I mean, the cart is bad enough as it is, but the hand over the face, he looked really upset. I'm glad it's not serious. So I think we're all right. I think we're good. Blaze called and said, do you think Ringo can be opposites of Quinion and or will it be Bennett? No, man. I mean, if I think it's down to Jacorian Bennett, and if it's not him, then they have to go out and get I don't really want a Stephon Gilmore. I don't really want. I mean, Asante Samuel Jr. is still out there, coming off coming off stinger surgery, neck shoulder surgery this past April. You know, you know, you know what I'm saying. Elijah Cook's got a shoulder. Let me put up the injury report again. Okay, so injury report for anybody that was not here. Not practicing. A.J. Brown, Elijah Cook's shoulder, not serious. Kenyon Green, shoulder, got hurt in the last game, not serious. Charlie Huglet with the neck. Montreal Johnson, hamstring. Cam Latu, knee. Byron Young, groin, missing his second practice, limited. Zach Bowen with a back. Land Dickerson, knee. Terrace Marshall, knee. Okay, so limited capacity, but we'll do some things, which is fine. The main thing, Makuba is off the injury report, and you have Jacorian Bennett that is practicing today, officially with the Eagles. And Fangio said we're going to throw him out there, and we're going to see what he could do. Sink or swim, my friend. Sink or swim. Yeah, he locked up Chase last season, but he didn't play the entire game. He came in as like a third corner, like a third down corner. Like he came in on like what, 3 or 4 times against him. So Jamar Chase, I think, only had like 14 to 16 yards, I think, on Bennett. I think Bennett did a good job on him. I've seen videos on it. Looked really good. Mike says Ringo too tight hip to play outside corner. Yeah, you're probably right, bro. He's flat-footed, straight line speed. Yeah, nothing fucking crazy, honestly. Melvin says Bennett's job to lose at this point, it looks like. Chris says go get Justin Simmons. Maybe. We'll see if we need to after this week. Mike said, don't sleep on Howie. He might make another move at cornerback before the season starts. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Might have to use some draft capital. Might have to do something. But if Ja'Cory Bennett, if this thing works out and Howie didn't have to trade 1 pick for him and just Thomas Booker out of that trade, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. He says, bro, can we trade Sidney Brown or cut him, please? Can't cover undisciplined. No, you need Sidney Brown, bro. I don't know why you're going to cut a player that obviously I don't think he played that bad, and I don't think he played that good either. But if Fangio says he just needs to polish up a little bit more, you don't just release or trade a player like that. You want to make your. I mean, you're down to Andre Sam, Tristan McCollum, and Reed Blankenship, and obviously Makuba that's healthy right now. He has as many bodies as you possibly could have. Held Chase 16 yards for 3 catches all game. Chase didn't even get targeted much because of him. Well, hey, you know what? Good. I saw the stats. I think they were similar, yeah. I love and hate Sidney Brown's caveman type of play. Yeah. I think, like I said, like you got to keep what you have back there. Tristan McCollum started over Sidney Brown last year for a reason. Just felt like he was more ready. Realistically, this is Sidney Brown's first year playing under this scheme. In 23, he was in a totally different scheme. You need depth. The internet junkie said it perfectly. You need depth. And you take Sidney Brown out of that, it's going to affect the depth tremendously. So, there's nothing wrong with Sidney Brown. He just plays reckless. Yeah, I agree. I thought he played fine. I don't think he was perfect, but I didn't think he played that bad. I don't think he played that bad. I don't think he was great, but I don't think he was bad. I don't think he was like fucking, oh my God. You want to talk about bad? Look at their corners yesterday. You're talking about Sidney Brown and fucking we just saw what Ringo and fucking Adoree Jackson did. We had one good play out of both. We had one good play out of both of those fucking guys. If I see Sidney Brown did good on the flat play that Ringo should have fucking finished. Sidney Brown did good on that play. Look, there was a run up the field for like 4 or 5 yards, made the tackle. I mean, that's fine. Like, that's fine play. It's not superstar worthy, but it's fine. No issue. I don't know. Some of these Eagle fans that I don't know. Some of these Eagle fans that want to be GMs, I'd be afraid of what moves would be made. It just says, Eyes of the Demon God says, is it possible to cut both Ringo and Adore? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they have. I mean, you're not cutting Ringo. I mean, Ringo's going to be on special teams, so Adore, I think, is a major cut. I think he's major, but the depth is just really bad at corner, though. You might have to keep. I mean, I don't know. You might have to keep both of those guys. I'm not sure. And you got to think about this too. A lot of players are getting cut off waivers. A lot of players are going off waivers too. Once these other teams start breaking down their rosters and start letting guys, and maybe waiving some guys, the Eagles could possibly get another guy that could be a depth piece that's pretty good, or had a good preseason game for another team that teams had to make their own tough decisions that lets them get waived. And then they, who knows? The Eagles might pick somebody up at that point too. So that's a whole nother thing. But, we'll see though. All right, so no update yet. We drafted the wrong Brown twin. I mean, his brother's good, but I don't think, I think his brother's good, but, he's all right. He's good. He's a good back, Mike says, yeah, Brown can lay some monster hits. He just needs to learn different play speed and take better angles. Yeah. Playing safety is not playing kickoff. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Luke said, why do so many Eagle fans hate Sidney Brown? They all act like he's the worst player ever. I don't think he's the worst player ever at all. I just think he hasn't. This is the first year playing under this scheme. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like you have a guy that's literally playing in this scheme for the first time under Fangio. He didn't play safety last year. He didn't have reps at the position last year. And in 23, he came off of an ACL injury going into last year. I mean, come on now, He was coming off a fucking ACL after that pick 6 he had at the end of 23. I don't hate Sidney, but with Makuba healthy, Sidney was never starting anyway. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think so, but if they have to put him there, let's see what he does this week. Like I said, let's see what he does this week. Mel said, put him on special teams. He will do fine. He's not a starter, and that's okay. We need role players that play hard. That's it. Hopkins, I think Vic will give the right person their position. Yeah, I have all trust in Vic Fangio. I have all trust in Vic Fangio. They said, I like Brown and think he will make some good plays for us. Ray says some fans must be forgetting about how we couldn't tackle in 23. I was getting Carrie Williams flashbacks. Jesus. Yeah, they really didn't do a good. I mean, the whole defense is horrible. I loved how fans were like talking about like Jordan Davis, like they were singling out like one player out of that whole defense of not playing well in 23. Like that coaching staff was a fucking joke, man. Sean Desai and fucking Matt Patricia taking over later. I mean, putting James Bradbury on a fucking island. I mean, it was ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. Sue there to sign with us again. I thought Jihad had a good day. I feel like anytime there was a play in his area, he was always involved in the tackle. Now, Vic did say at the press conference this morning that he was limited, so he didn't start. He did not start in the game because Small Munden got a lot of the reps, and he didn't really play too well. But I think he kind of he solid up a little bit later on. So I thought Small Munden actually played a little bit better later on, but I thought Campbell was great. You know, I know he wants that pick back that he dropped, but how many picks did we drop in this fucking game, too, bro? How many did we drop? Who else dropped one? Eli Ricks? Eli Ricks dropped one. He probably could have had a pick six in this fucking game the other day. They gotta get on that damn jugs machine. All right, so here we go. 11 on 11 opens up. Quinyon Mitchell and Keely Ringo. Okay. We'll see how this goes. We gotta see the new corner today. There better be some fucking excellent A+ on-field news today. You know? Better be something today. Here's some more Jacorian Bennett. Keely Ringo starts out in the first unit. Keely Ringo and Jahad Campbell with the starting defense to begin the day. All right. Here we go. Bennett won't get any many first team snaps today. No, I mean, I'm hoping he gets like second team. Like they have to start him as a depth piece in camp and then move him up and see what he does against better talent. You know, we'll see. That wasn't Keely with Sidney Brown, but it's cool. Yeah, Sidney Brown stands just hate Ringo. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? We literally just saw the game the other day. Literally just saw the game the other day. I think Sidney Brown didn't play that bad. I don't know. I don't think he played that bad at all. I don't think he played superstar level, but I don't think he played bad. Ringo against the ones, I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, from what's reported here. Jalen Carter with a strip sack on Jalen Hurts on third down. There we go. There we go. Strip sack. Lord Bond said literally Bennett's first day of practicing. You have next week as well, dude. I mean, you got early next week, you know? So, wouldn't worry too much. Ringo with the ones. Bennett's 40 42 42 49 48 48, I think. Yeah. Eyes of Demon Gods. I hope wide receiver Cooper changes his number 41. Yeah, once he makes the team, he'll probably change his number. Probably. Yeah, I know. Hopefully, we'll get reports. There we go. Joshua Uche is getting more first team reps. That's good. So now he did the last practice he took over Jalix Hunt's spot with the first team. So Jalix Hunt was on second team. So I mean, Uche had double-digit sacks a couple years ago. Got traded middle of the year last year. He was a healthy scratch because, you know, get traded middle of the year, learning Spagnuolo's defense. He just couldn't catch up last year. When you get traded by week 8, week 9, it's really hard to get to another team and really catch up on things, you know? So Joshua Uche gets more first team reps. Okay. Okay. Oh, that contract's gonna be nuts for Jalen Carter. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. That man hasn't hit his ceiling yet. Hasn't even hit his fucking ceiling yet. Really, Russell, Ringo needs to cover AJ as much as he can. I know Mitchell told Ringo I got AJ in practice, and bro didn't say anything. Yeah, that was kind of weird to me in that fucking video. Quinyon wanted to face AJ, and Ringo was like, "Okay," you know. It's like, no, you tell Quinyon, no, I'm facing him today. I don't get that at all. All right, here we go. Ogbo or Karanko with a nice rep of 11 versus 11 might have had a sack on Hurts on third down. Good. Hey, let's do it. He did nothing in that preseason game. I don't even know he was in for that long. A lot of these veterans, or these, even Azeez Ojulari, Uche, and Ogbo, I don't know if they had many reps. Ogbo might have had a few more reps, but. Eagles rookie safety Drew Makuba is back in team drills with the second team unit, playing dime with the first team. Okay, so he's playing inside, which is good. So in dime, he plays inside with Cooper DeJean. Okay. Good. Good. That's all I care about. Ringo didn't want any parts of AJ at practice. Yeah. As the Demon God says, laugh out loud at 5'10 and 210. Can wide receiver Cooper play cornerback? Maybe. You never know. But it's Carr's still so raw. Crazy to think he could be way better than he's already elite. I know. Oh, he's got the attention now. So these edge rushers, whoever's lined up on his side, that's got that 1v1, has got to do well. You know? All right, so second team reps for 11 versus 11. Sidney Brown was with the starters. The Washington Commanders. Lord Vontae, our defense and offense backups was really good. Look at how Commanders looked. How did Washington play the other day, by the way? I did ask. I asked earlier. No one said anything. See here. All right. Harris Marshall back team drills, working with the second team unit. Okay. They got ragdolled, really, huh? 48-18? What the fuck? I mean, look, I'm not going to take too much out of preseason, but did Jaden Daniels play? I didn't watch anything, so. That's fucking nuts, dude. Blaze, I hope Bennett takes cornerback 2 and runs with it. I mean, he's our last hope. SFAT says Ringo is fine. Will be fine. He just needs more field time to get his confidence up. He will learn from his mistakes. I mean, I wish I can agree, dude. I wish I could. I mean, I really want him to win the job. Like, I still want him to win the job. Damn, Washington had a lot of penalties. He threw 2 fucking picks. He seriously threw 2 picks the other day? Or was somebody else? Lord says he didn't play, but Commanders got crucified. That looked like a culture issue last night. Damn. Jaden Daniels didn't play. All right. The roster is 30-plus-year-old free agent guys. No depth at all. They just signed a bunch of familiar faces. I mean, they really signed a bunch of familiar faces. I mean, that was... Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much it, you know? I mean, $90+ million like last season. And I mean, I don't know. Terry McLaurin's not. Did Terry McLaurin sign his contract yet? I don't think he did. I don't know, dude. Like where's their AJ Brown trade? Where's that trade that gets them gets their attention? It gets everybody's attention. Like they're afraid to make those big splashes. They're a conservative, play it safe type team, and that's not good, especially from a front office perspective. You know. There we go. Terrace Marshall just caught a pass from Terry McKee along the right sideline with a Dory Jackson coverage. Oh, yes, a Dory Jackson. Another great beginning. Another great beginning. It's fucking crazy, bro. They thought Debo was AJ. If that trade was like 5 years ago, I would say it's a good trade, but they should trade for DK Metcalf. Look, Camaros fans said 20 people need to get fired. They scared if their one starter gets hurt, then the guys from last night coming in. Ugh, boy. All right, so Terrace Marshall gets a nice ball. Yeah, dudes play one or maybe 2 seasons in Philly and still treat it like it's a home. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Regis, this shows that the issue with Ringo is that he's playing well in coverage until the ball's in the air. He just not smart enough to cover all that little detail. Shit could be even turn his head into the ball. Hey, panics. I think once the ball comes down, he's had a couple PI calls in training camp already. You know. DJ Doria and Ringo need to be cut and need to trade for a corner and safety. Sidney Brown is horrible. Monte Jackson's going to get cut and Bennett is going to be the starter. Probably. I mean, who would you want to keep on the roster? You want to keep Adoree or do you want to keep Keeley? Or we have to wait till after this week to really find that out. But if you could say right now who you would actually keep. Yeah, I mean, we won a Super Bowl with the second oldest roster in the league in 17. We had the second oldest roster in 17. I think who had the oldest roster in 17? The Broncos? I think the Broncos did. Washington used to having hype going into a season? No. Look, they beat us when Jalen Hurts got hurt and like Washington turned the ball over 5 times. Those fans celebrated that shit for like 2 fucking weeks. They beat the fucking Lions. The Lions choked in that fucking game. The Lions, they got lucky with the Lions. The Lions had so many injuries defensively. And the Lions really stopped running the football. And they got really pass happy at the end of that game. And we had home field advantage through the playoffs. We didn't even need fucking first seed last year. You know what I mean? Had to play an extra game, but they had home field advantage through the playoffs, which is great. Darius Cooper with a nice catch with Jalen Hurts 7-on-7. All right, so new Eagles cornerback Jacorian Bennett mixing in with second-team right cornerback. RCB is where Ringo and Adoree Jackson have mostly repped with the first team this offseason. All right. Just say Washington only beat one team over 500 in the regular season. What are you doing? Only because Hurts got knocked out. Yeah. That's the only reason why they won that game, unfortunately. And they wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Knowing that they took out the quarterback, they still like hyped themselves up over it. And then the Eagles knew that when they were coming to Philadelphia for the NFC Championship game, that shit was fucking over before it started. All right, so Darius Cooper is already mixing it really well. Give me a report that says, how does Jacorian Bennett look? I don't even fucking care if the ball's not getting thrown his way. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about with some of these reporters. Like, report how he looks in coverage. Report how, hey, Jalen Hurts doesn't want to throw or Tanner McKee doesn't want to throw his way because it was good coverage. Like, that's the shit I want to hear. I don't want to hear just where the ball's going and who's, in that direction. That's it. That's it. Reese said, even if Ben becomes a good star, we still need another corner in case of injury. We need our Isaiah Rodgers. Imagine if Q was injured. What in the world we do? Yeah, I mean, look, I've been through the what if. Dude, the what if scenario is really stupid. Like, any star gets hurt, you have a lesser talent behind. There's no superstar fucking depth talent. Okay, I agree. Corner is worrisome if somebody gets injured, but at this point, it's a what if with any starter being out. What if this one is out? What if he gets hurt? He gets hurt. That's what happens. Eagles got to deal with it. That's what happens. Hopefully if that happens, they're facing not a great team and they could, if the game stays close because of that reason, just capitalize and get the win, That's just what it is. Trading a Dean is an ideal. I bullied SP about the slow updates. He's moving way faster today. Hopefully. Jalen Hurts was a completion over the middle of Darius Cooper on 7-on-7. Ball was thrown a little low, but Cooper was able to still make the grab. Hurts dapped Cooper up after the play. Damn, it's going to be... The connection is great. Everyone is too quick to react. Jackson is a solid vet and has a lot of experience and good play in the past. I think he could be a serviceable player with more opportunity and snaps in the season. I mean, maybe, bro, but, you know... Him on somebody's number 2, probably he would play better not against Jamar Chase or somebody like that. But still, you want to get tested against the best, you know. You want to get tested against the best. Darius Cooper makes nice catch low. Jalen Hurts pass over the intermediate middle. Phil 7-7. Hurts calls the undrafted free agent rookie over the rep and gives him a high five. Cooper is a mini AJ. I like him. I mean, off the line explosive, top of his route, separation. I mean, physical if he has to be. He'd catch through traffic, the concentration. He had a corner in front of him on a fucking out route or whatever it was. That shit was great. Our wide receiver depth is crazy. I mean, about time, you know. Anais Smith had a good day, too. I want to see more from Anais Smith. Okay. Jay said, I think right now the battle for corners between Jackson and Ricks at this point. Ricks has consistently played decent in games, but always falls short in practice, though, so never gets recognition. Yeah, and, you know, he didn't... Yeah, I mean, but Fangio knows that Eli Ricks hasn't... He's got to knock out a lot of... He has a lot of negative plays in practice. Okay, it hasn't been reported, but Fangio said 2 press conferences ago, including today. Well, not today, but 2 press conferences ago, he's got to knock out the negative plays. So he's obviously not playing perfect. He's playing maybe better. Maybe he played better in the game against lesser talent, maybe against a little bit better talent to lesser talent, but he hasn't been consistent in practice either, you know? But the problem is you can't play him in zone. I mean, he's not good in zone. He's not good off ball. He's good up front press as a press corner. Here we go. Jacorian Bennett got some 7-on-7 reps. The third unit had a good coverage on a short McCord pass that sailed out of bounds. Okay. Not much on McCord. You know, McCord is our camp arm at this point, and he's too fucking raw. Your 4th quarterback is always a raw talent that always plays bad during these times, you know. I've always liked Ricks better than Ringo. Rel said we should give Ricks a shot. Yeah. Fan, just a reminder, we are one of our game, and the overhyped Commanders lost by like 1 million points to New England. Yeah, McCord's bad. We all know that. I mean, Jacorian Bennett is going to... Fangio is going to put Jacorian Bennett down the depth chart a little bit on 2nd, 3rd team. And then, you know, we'll move him up and slowly get him out there, you know. He says press corner and box safety had Howie issue or DC only playing zone. Yeah, I mean, not all the time, but most of the time you're going to see that. But I mean, if that's like his only, I mean, maybe Ricks isn't meant for this defense, honestly, you know. But I don't know. From a zone standpoint, I don't know what you're going to get out of him, to be honest. McCord rated higher than McKee and Madden. That game is so bad. Yeah. I'm a football fan, and I fucking hate Madden. I'm a football fan, and I can't stand fucking Madden. All right. So Darius Cooper taking multiple first-team reps. We're throwing A.J. Brown isn't practicing. That's good. I mean, look, that's a really good sign. Like, A.J. Brown's out, and Darius Cooper's in there, which is good. You know? Not bad. There you go. First team reps for Darius Cooper. All right, we got one good play from Jacorian Bennett today. Can't complain, right? Can't complain about that. I mean, to be honest, dude, I'm like all my attention's on this defense. All my attention is on this defense. Every bit of it. Henry said Cooper looked good. Did what he was supposed to do against twos. Yeah. We got TL Hopkins with the super chat. What's going on, buddy? Thank you so much for that. It says McKee increases the wide receiver value he can get draft picks. Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. Any quarterback behind Jalen Hurts is trade bait. Really is. And let me tell you, that game he just played, value is skyrocket up. Skyrocket up, bro. No fucking doubt. We got 182 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys have not. And make sure you hit the like button because it helps out tremendously for the algorithm. All that great stuff. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out the memberships as well. I got new membership badges. They're going to have actually more membership badges and some chat emojis as well for the season. I got some things cooking right now somebody's making for me. So the pinned comment, definitely check for those. If you want to gift memberships, you can do that as well. All that great stuff. Appreciate it so much. Let's see. Jacorian Bennett just locked down E.J. Jenkins while running with the third-team defense. Hey, good. That's two. That's two on the day for Jacorian Bennett. Whatever. It's a backup depth fucking tight end. Who cares? At least if he's making it look fucking easy. That should be good. Got to hear about Makuba today, though. Got to see what Makuba could do today, though. We got D Young with the super chat. Thank you so much. I love Campbell, but we should have drafted Will Johnson. Yeah, I know everyone's going to say that now because the corner spot. Realistically, they didn't have to go after Will Johnson. All they really had to do was sign Isaiah Rodgers back, or get another corner that's out there that they could have traded for a lot earlier. That was low on a cap hit for the year or something like that. They could have done all of that. They could have done all of that. They literally took the biggest shortcut. Unfortunately, you know. All right, so Jalen Carter bats down a pass at the line of scrimmage. Good. Appreciate the super chat, D. I worry Makuba will be like Dean, small and hurt. Hopefully not. Thanks to Joey, that play Bennett had on E. Jenkins was the same play Kyle McCord arm mailed a pass. Oh, really? Wasn't that pick fucking so weird? It knocked off the Bengals helmet, EJ Jenkins back, and then it got picked off by a Bengal. Wasn't that shit fucking weird, that pick that he had? That shit was like pinball the other day. Jalen Carr has been awesome today. He's basically wrecked three to four plays with 11 on 11. That's really good. Really good. Yeah. I kind of bookmark that. Okay. Well, I can't bookmark it, but okay. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Jalen Carter having a good day. Jacorian Bennett has been challenged twice already. Twice. Please, Jacorian Bennett, make some noise. Please do well. Make that trade make Howie Roseman legendary once again. Not giving up a draft pick for our starting number 2 corner. Come on now. Awesome day. Okay. So Darius Cooper, Jalen Carter, Jacorian Bennett. Well, no, I think the first pass Shakorian covered fine, but the pass was horrible. I think that's what happened. I knew McCord was going to pick after he held the ball for too long on his first pass attempt. Yeah, he's too raw, man. I mean, look, it's the number 4 fucking it's the number 4 quarterback, so. It's the third. The Eagles have been very good at finding and developing undrafted talent these past few seasons. I think they've always been good at that. You know, I think they've always been good at taking undrafted talent. For a while, they've been doing that. Last few years have been pretty good. You know, even as a role player to a starter to, I mean, shit. You're taking 7th round picks and turning them into good rotational players. I mean, Moro Jomo was a 7th round pick. You know, you're taking 5th rounders, and I mean, you're taking 5th round running backs and turning them into nice rotational fucking guys. You know, there's so much that they're doing. Regis DeSoto Bennett was the best zone corner of all players last season, which is wild. That's really good, man. That's really good. Eli Ricks, pick 6. How about that? Cornerback intercepted short. Tanner McKee throw to Terrace Marshall Jr. How about that shit? That's awesome. That's awesome. During a 1st and 10 situational period, Tanner McKee's short pass is picked off by cornerback Eli Ricks, who returns it a few yards into the end zone. He punted the ball after the play. Nice. I want corners to, yeah. I mean, I want corners to do this shit. You know, that's what I want them to do. McCord was a waste of a draft pick. Yeah, maybe. They want to draft somebody that what they want to do is they have a backup in Tanner McKee. I think this is how they do things in Philadelphia when it comes to this quarterback position. They have a backup that's really good right now that's not making much money, okay? He'll get traded for draft compensation. They sign a 1-year deal on a veteran. They like to sign a veteran or somewhat of a young, experienced guy like DTR. And then they go in the draft and they draft somebody, mostly the 6th, 7th round. They usually draft a quarterback in the 6th, 7th round to produce them for a few years to potentially maybe be the number 3 to the number 2. That's kind of how they do things. Yeah, pick 6 for Eli Ricks. It's a pick 6. Or not a pick 6, but a pick. Sorry. Oh, no, it is a pick 6. It was into the end zone, right? Yeah, it is a touchdown. Okay. 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 That's good. Good. Terrace, Terry McKee's allowed to have a bad day. He had too much of a good night on Thursday. I'm shocked he played as long as he did in that game. Just imagine if fucking Tanner McKee did not play for 2.5 quarters, I don't know what would have happened in this game with DTR and Kyle McCord throwing the ball the entire time. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know what would have happened. Probably wouldn't have seen the shit that we seen in that game. He says, I hate the soft approach to holding onto the drafted players. Cut Ringo and let Adoree go. Eagles will keep 7 corners on the 7 cornerbacks. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know. I mean, they might have to keep more. I mean, I don't know. I would have said maybe 5 to 6. I don't know if they keep 7. That's a lot. We'll see. Could be right. You know, I could be wrong. Robert says, get Stephon Gilmore. He could play the Slayer role. Maybe. I want to see what Ja'Cory and Bennett could do first. Defense cooking today. They are. Here's the third. So you should give Maximum Football a try if you're looking for a Madden alternative. I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of that. At all. Never, never, never. Okay. Nothing else yet. Nick said he likes the backup QB to have the experience of preparing to come out after halftime and having to play, so he plays quarterback 2 in the beginning of the third quarter. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but they normally don't play the backup for that long. I don't know. I'm glad that they fucking did, though, because let me tell you, I don't know if Cooper would have had the day that he had, Anaya Smith. I mean, it was so unfair in that game to even have Jahan Dotson playing. I mean, realistically, I was like, Jahan Dotson's like a 1B to a fucking 2 for any other team right now. And he's the number 3. He's the number 3 fucking wide receiver on this team. I wish they could re-sign Dotson. I really wish they can, but obviously they can't. So I know they can't. I mean, you already have 2 receivers signed long term. You have more contracts you got to pay, and now Darius Cooper's making noise, and potentially he could be extended after this year. You know, get that done. Let him be that. I mean, he's shifty. I mean, he's shorter. He's shifty. Like people are saying that he's like a mini AJ Brown. He packs a lot of power after the catch. He really does. I mean, when he caught that ball and did that quick spin move and just ran up the, I mean, his body transition was so fucking good, man. Catch the ball in traffic, the break of his route, even that first step off the line after the ball is fucking hiked. I mean, it was, I was pretty impressed. I gotta say, not against fourth stringers, not in the second half in the fourth quarter. The receiver starts making noise like that makes, that doesn't make a difference. Like bat out of hell, out of the gate, fucking just competitive and productive. Eagles Zach Bond's list is limited after missing 7 practices with a back injury. He hasn't participated in team drills, but he's in shoulder pads. He's running wind sprints on his own during transition between periods, and that's fine. Not doing much, but he's doing something. Victor Williams, good guy, by the way. So this is the closest I've ever been to Johnny Wilson. I'm wondering why they just don't throw it up to him every play. Yeah. I honestly don't know. Because realistically, I mean, they've thrown contested catches to him in practice, and sometimes most of them have been drops, But maybe he's not that type of dude that's you have to wait till he gets wide open for him to catch the ball. Like, you just gotta, I think just one of those throw it up to him type guys, and that's what he should be, Okay. Picking just 5 wide receivers will be hard. Yeah, I mean, 5 will be tough. I think Darius Cooper's going to be a lock. Elijah Cooks is going to miss a little bit of time with this shoulder, so I don't know how long that's going to be. He misses an entire week. He's done. It's unfortunate. It sucks. Elijah Cooks has had a really good fucking camp. I don't know when he was going to get in. I don't know when Elijah Cooks was going to play in this preseason game, because obviously they want to see Darius Cooper before they want to see Elijah Cooks first. All 4 rookie 6th-round picks probably won't make final roster. Out of desperation, yeah, they probably will. I mean, you need Miles Hinton. You need the backup center. He's going to make it. What do you mean, all 4 6th-round picks? Who else they get? The 6th. The center, the fucking tackle from Michigan. I think both of them make it. I don't see why they wouldn't. Unless Matt Pryor is better. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Miles Hinton, I don't know. I think they played him out of position yesterday because he looked hard a couple days ago. He looked really bad. Matt Pryor at right tackle as of right now. I don't know how much they like Darian Kennard. Kenyon Green's hurt right now, and and they're keeping him on the left side at left guard. Oh, Kendall was a 5th rounder. Sorry, I thought he was a 6th rounder. Cam Williams. Okay, Cam Williams. Yeah, he played. If I can remember, I don't know if he played that great. It was hard looking at the offensive line when I was streaming. I was looking at it, but I couldn't keep tabs on I was looking at other shit way before. So, Roger, who are some good corners and safeties in next year's draft? I honestly have no idea. I'm not even on that level yet. So, you won't hear from me until by right after, like by early March of next, late February to early March. You won't hear me talking about till next draft. Yeah, Hinton's a right tackle, and they played him on the left side. I have no idea. I think they just want to test him on the left side, and obviously he looked pretty fucking bad. I'm like, he's getting beat so damn easily, but I said left tackle. This makes no sense. Why is he playing left tackle? So I'm guessing they just want to test him. He's got to see what Jeff Stoutland's got to see what he has. Yeah, I don't think he's playing to his position, honestly. I think Miles Sanders can win that fucking. I think he could be the starting right tackle for this team if Lane Johnson retires in a couple years. Aaron said, I think the battle is really for 6th round wide receiver because if Johnny Wilson and Nia Smith keep playing well, they will be on the roster. It's probably true. Maybe. Etsy said switching sides is like trying to switch writing hands. Yeah, it is. It really is. Sean said Johnny Wilson and Nia Smith are locks. Cooper will be on the practice squad. What? Bro, no. No. Nia Smith didn't play better than Darius Cooper. let's be real. Darius Cooper, I'm sorry, Nia Smith had a good game. The 45, 46-yard punt return, and then he had a 6-yard touchdown, a couple other little short catches, but nah. Oh, no, yeah, I played both sides, yeah. I stopped. I mean, I was primarily a left tackle. Playing the right side was fucking tough for me. I played center. I went from center to right tackle to left tackle, stayed at left tackle. Yeah, Eli Ricks had a pick 6 today. Darius Cooper's too fucking good, bro. Let's see. A.J. Dillon catches the rocket from Herschel on the right sideline. Dillon has above average hands for a running back. I thought he looked good in the passing game. A.J. Dillon's a big back, but he's very elusive, bro. Like, I think A.J. Dillon's going to have a really good year. Just think of it. He's been healthy, like really healthy. I mean, he's coming off that neck injury, that stinger injury. The last time that he played was December of 2023 for A.J. Dillon. Last time he played. Aaron says, if Nia Smith continues to play well, especially on returns, does he make Avery Williams expendable? For punt returns, maybe, but I mean, they've been using Avery Williams a lot on kick returns. I don't know who the other kick returner was, though. I forgot. I don't know if it was Nia Smith. I'm not sure. I mean, look, we didn't have any breakout fucking kick returns last year. Not a lot of them at all. I don't think we had one. Not really sure. I don't think so. But Ania Smith has looked like the best punt returner so far. Aaron says, with Cooper flashing on tape, they won't be able to sneak him through on the practice squad. No, somebody will. They put him on practice squad. He's gonna get picked off like easily. Jalen Hurts with a nice throw over the middle of the Wilson. Got it in a window over 2 defenders. Johnny Wilson continuing. The last time the Eagles had a big fucking receiver / tight end like this, or I should say a receiver, because Tyree Jackson was the last guy that was like a 6'7" tight end that we had. Just couldn't stay healthy. Johnny Wilson almost at 6'7", and most likely if he's on the field with the other starters, like he's going to get a guy that he's towering over almost every fucking time. It's almost a mismatch in size almost every single time, I know Shipley has worked on punt returns as well. There are teams praying that how he cuts Cooper. He's got the Cooper Cup undrafted free agent potential. You never know. They can't let Darius Cooper go. Number one, they need him for next year. They need to extend him. Not now, but you know. Been hearing the coaches have been coaching Johnny really hard this summer after every play. That's good. Yeah, Johnny Wilson with a really nice catch in traffic. That's nice. Last year will be AJ Smitty, Jahan, Wilson, Anaya Smith, and Cooper. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Terrace Marshall. We'll see what he does. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's got to make a push though. He got a lot of competition in front of him for missing time now. KDK, I think you have to put Shunderick Powell on kick returns. Yeah, I don't know why they don't use Shunderick Powell for fucking special teams. Somebody mentioned that on game day the other day, a couple days ago. He's short. He's fast. I mean, kick returns. I mean, he's already going to be running. I mean, he's got some fucking elusiveness. You see him get around two guys, break a couple tackles the other day. Him and Keelan Robinson, I thought, played really well. I like both of those guys, but honestly, my little fan favorite is Shunderick Powell. He's my little fan favorite. I gotta, I can't lie about that. But I don't know if they put him there yet, He says Cooper Kupp wasn't an undrafted free agent. He was a good draft pick. Marshall will make it to the practice squad. Can't make the club from the tub. Yeah, we'll see. We are going to stop Shadur Sanders' shine. I don't get this guy, bro. Like, guy's in the NFL and he's not even a starting quarterback. He's got Nike deal. He's got all these deals going on. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Hey, I think it's been a pretty good day so far. Shit. Nothing on it. Dory Jackson got beat earlier in practice. And we haven't heard one tank from Ringo yet. Nothing. Dude, I don't hear anything. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I would say it's more bad. Either he's not getting like many reps or they're not throwing his way. I don't know. I said, if Ringo isn't the guy was a 4th round pick to begin with, it looks like he has no promise. I've seen enough of Ringo already. This is the week. This is the week. You have 2 joint practices, and you fucking have. Well, we have. Is the open practice tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Or no? The 10th? Let me know. Oh, Thielen. Okay. Ringo is toast. It's Jakorian's job to lose. Not looking good for Ringo. I'm not seeing any more updates. Yeah, so we should be streaming the open practice tomorrow. Yeah. And then they'll be off on Monday, probably, right? They'll probably have practice tomorrow, off Monday, and then They'll have their 2 practices. I don't know when's their 2 joint practices next week. So Philly and I should be streaming tonight and tomorrow. Should be streaming the open practice tomorrow. So be a lot of video out tomorrow. It's good because that's open practices. I want to see how packed that stadium's at. Between 50,000 and 60,000 fans are going to be at this thing. That's kind of fucking nuts. Be a lot of video out. Ringo has had issues with being stiff since college. I don't know why anybody bought on his hype. He's always been an okay backup. I've never really believed in the hype. Like, I believed in he needed reps. And that's what Fangio pretty much said, too. He needed the reps. He's getting the reps, but he's just athletically, I just don't think he's there. Not from a corner standpoint. From a flat foot, straight line speed type gunner on special teams, that's all I really see. You know? S.E. Bertrand Rio had the benefit of having the best front 7 in college football, has masked a lot of issues. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the case. Corners benefit off of good pressure. 2022, I mean, I think the Eagles, I think they've benefited off of, even that year, I think they benefit off of having a deep defensive line the way they did with the depth behind it. You know what I mean? So you never know, Some guys strive, some guys don't. Wasn't Ringo good at Georgia? Yeah, he was. Everyone in the league was good in college. That's true. All right, so haven't heard anything else yet. It's been a while. What's with these times? Like it'll be like we haven't heard anything since literally a half hour. Oh, not a half hour ago, but Costa Tarrant, yeah, and out of the high school was number 2 in the nation. 11:23. I mean, practice probably going to be over soon, too. Be a lot to talk about today, though. Shit. I mean, for a start, then you get into the open practice tomorrow. It'd be fun. It'd be a fun way to go. As he said, not saying Ringo is bad. He just needs more work. Question is, can he fix them? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if he faces lesser talent in a preseason game, am I going to be all like hyped about it? Probably not. If he made a couple plays, if he made that tackle on the flat against Jamar Chase the other day, and he had like a nice coverage on the sideline or something, like a couple of reps, I would have felt a little bit better. But they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing in that game. The only good play between Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo was Adoree Jackson's open field tackle before the I don't know if it was a dump off pass to the wide receiver or the tight end, going across the first down marker. All right, we got DTR with an awesome touchdown throw in the back of the end zone to Morin, was about 15-ish yards, perfectly placed. As he said, look at this, Waze. There's no way he could do worse. Not really. I don't trust one of those guys covering a George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb on fucking Thursday night. I don't trust either one of them. We got 160 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys have it. And make sure you hit the like button. Appreciate it so much. Very much. If you haven't followed the Discord server, follow it. Best way to reach me. Best way to talk with other Eagle fans. Got a lot of people there. Go check it out. Go check it out. Kuba gave up a touchdown against Morin. Wait, what's going on? Eagles retired Taylor Morin just ended practice by hauling in a touchdown from DTR in the back of the end zone against Drew Makuba, then catching a 2-point slant against Ja'Cory Bennett. Okay. So one bad rep between one bad rep with Taylor Morin in there. Okay. So practice is over, it looks like. Dak going for 300 with 5 touchdowns against those bums. Hey, said I'm still Team Ringo though. I remember how badly Dean was getting cooked in the preseason. Then he's top 10 linebacker most of the season. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could have that. I mean, I hope that happens. That'd be great. I mean, I want Ringo to win this job. Yeah, I saw it the other day. So Kenyon Green faced 8 pass blocking and snaps in Eagles preseason opener. 0 pressures allowed. Yeah, he did good. Left guard, it seems where they really like him. Because we don't have a backup left guard to Dickerson, unfortunately. But we might have it now. KK said McCord about to be making Ponley hockey commercials soon if he doesn't tighten up. I don't think he's going to get that much better, bro. I don't think he's going to get that much better. You know? But we'll see. We'll fucking see. So, update for the weekend. So we should have a shakedown tonight, and then Sunday around 6, whenever the open practice starts, we should both be doing a shakedown for the open practice, most likely. And yeah, that should be what we're gonna do. Stock up for Taylor Morin and on 1 catch in practice. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, 2 catches for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion from DTR. Okay. All right. Is what it is. But I say he's playing with practice squad guys, but Key looked like shit when he was in there and the same guys when we drafted him. Yeah. Are you streaming the actual practice or just a play-by-play? Yeah, we'll be showing video of like non-official video that people will be taking at the practice. No official videos or anything like that, but we're streaming the actual practice that's happening. Yeah. We're not going to be there, but we'll be streaming for an hour or 2 on the open practice. That'll pretty much be what it is. So look at this way: some teams don't have cornerbacks locked in. We're worried because we only have 20 of 22 starters locked in. I mean, realistically, pretty much. But we just have a very high standard, and we want to go into the season with a high fucking standard. You don't want to waste this roster away with having a fucking lingering weakness at 2 positions that were created by Howie Roseman. You know what I mean? So we'll see more for Ja'Cory Bennett. We'll see more from Makuba. Is his first full day back. He's off the injury report, which is good. So today was nice, but it's going to get better. Well, we're going to see way more this week with the open practice tomorrow, the 2 joint practices with the Browns, and obviously the preseason game as well. So there'll be a lot more to really look forward to, you know. But I think that's about it, guys. Other than that, I'll have a video out tomorrow morning, a stream tonight, shakedown tonight, and we'll have more streams tomorrow on the open practice. So be ready to go, and we'll be doing our thing. So, alrighty. Make sure that Eagles practice. All right, it is all right. Eagles practice is done. So. Yeah, I saw that video was circulating the other day. Funny. Tammy Key will win us Super Bowl. Yeah, I already checked there. Got it. When we play the Stars against the Browns to get ready for Dallas. this week is the crucial week. The crucial week this week. So, all right, boys and ladies, whoever else is in here, I appreciate it so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Cover the Eagles every day. We'll have plenty of streams, all that great stuff. And we'll be ready to go. And yeah, open practice tomorrow, stream tonight, video out tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. So, all right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you on the next one. And yeah, peace out. Peace.